about the fate of that county. And guess who we have in studio? The former governor of Kiambu, William Kabogo.
First governor.
The first, oh, okay. Let me take that again. The first governor of Kiambu County, William Kabogo. Karibu sana, and thank you for making time for us. Before we get the voices of what the deputy governor had to say, of course, yes, he spoke about the expenditure. Of course, the questions that are being raised in regards to issues of national functions being funded by the county. Let's listen into what the deputy governor had to say. Let me ask you a specific question. Did this happen? Was it allocated in Kiambu from the best of your knowledge?
What I'm saying, Sam, and it's good to follow the discussion the way I'm praising it, is that these items, if you look at the Auditor General's report, are reflected as expenditure items in page 17 and 18. Okay? The argument from the governor was that they were not appropriated for. So money was not provided in the budget that would have necessitated the expenditure on those line items. If you look at that auditor's report, page 17 and 18, those items are listed. So there are two theories. Either money was spent which was not appropriated, and in which case then this is right, or the fact that this was misposting or whatever it was, or it was inserted, but whatever the case is, what I'm asking you, you have to take responsibility. If you are a governor who had brought that report, and that report had those line items, the first thing that you should have done, because you have done your homework, and it shows the level of your management capability, because you would have consulted your CEC, you would have identified it and raised it as a matter of concern to the Senate before the Senate raised itself. So either the money could have been spent, although we are told it was not appropriated for, or it may be misposting, or it was inserted, or whatever the case may be, but the responsibility still lies with the governor and his executive.
The responsibility lies with the governor and the executive.
You know, I'm surprised. He's speaking like he's speaking from outside. He's the deputy governor.
But he says he has been set line.
He's the deputy principal to the governor.
He has been set line. He
should know what is going on. If he doesn't know, then there's a big problem. And you know, this whole thing, Sam, it is not what is being said out there. Why can't Governor Waititu speak at the Senate and clear himself from there? Surely, was money spent on these issues? I highly doubt. I highly doubt. And he looked lost. He did not know what was going on at the Senate. That is the problem.
He said, at some point he said that he doesn't want to blame anyone. He was speaking to another media house, and he said this was a budget of the previous administration that you headed.
So when you say he doesn't want to blame anyone, he's pushing it to me. And he knows as much as everybody knows. Budgets that are approved are available at the government printers. They're available at the Senate. They're available at the controller of budget. I have placed my budget on Facebook. And people are surprised. Why didn't he tell Senate that that was Kabogo's budget? So then I would be called to answer. Of course, I appeared in the Senate for the last 3 years. We are the only county that cleared 3-year audits at the Senate. So those are just blame games.
You ran the county for nearly 5 years.
4 years. Exactly 4 years and 1 month.
Okay, 4 years, 1 month. You run the county. But is it a possibility that money can be allocated for functions
that are not a possibility. It is not. So you can only allocate money on functions that are devolved functions. 14 functions only. You cannot give money to Southern Sudan. You cannot give money to State House. Yes.
And so the control of budget says that they didn't finance those operations. Where are these figures coming from?
You know what they should have done quickly? Would have suspended the hearing, invite the controller of budget, invite the Auditor General and the governor to sit there before the Senate, and they will tell the country what happened. I'm not worried about line items, whether Kiambu budgeted for Senate, for Southern Sudan, or whether they budgeted for OP. My issue is, what did Governor Waititu spend money on? 2.5 billion is said to have been spent on these things. If it is not those things, where was the money spent? That's the question.
And of course, James Nyoro, the Deputy Governor, had something to say about the management of the country. Do you have that voice of the Governor on what he had to say? But clearly it comes out a situation where there's division within the county.
He clearly says, I have just seen it, I'm surprised.
So what is the solution?
He does not seem to know anything about what's happening in the county. And no wonder he's asking for the Governor to step aside so that he does not interfere. My take there, if the Senate has asked for 21-day or 14-day quick audit, they're asking the same Auditor General who gave Kiambu a clean bill of health to go back and re-audit. Why do you expect the same monkey to do the same thing in the same forest? My proposal would be the Senate should ask a private firm like Pricewaterhouse Coopers to do a 14-day quick audit, and the whole world will be shocked.
14-day quick audit?
The whole world will be shocked.
Is it possible?
Yes, it is possible. What do you mean? 14-day audit on a 2-year budget is simple. You can do a month every hour.
There's suspicion that some of these things might be done from the auditing point of view, that figures could be inserted.
At the end of the day, the money is with the county government. Yes.
All right. I wanted us to listen to what the Deputy Governor had to say, if we have that. But even as we look at this, given that Kiambu County Assembly, you've seen the wrangles there, the division, people claiming that there seems to be certain MCAs supporting the county government.
You know, about a month ago, some MCAs came out and said, we cannot pass this. It was a supplementary budget. And that was a budget meant to clean the activities of Governor Waititu with Kasoba from the documents in court that I saw in court. So we know that there's been a problem of cleaning the work that he has done before. You know, you cannot spend money and then go for approvals. The only situation that the law allows is when you have a situation where you need to spend money on something that you had not programmed for. But the law allows you to spend not more than 10% of your total budget, and you must rectify it within 2 months by going before the Assembly to seek approvals. So if this didn't happen, there is no cure. There is no cure at all. That will mean that he spent money without the approval of the Assembly. But these are things that are before court, so we should not even be discussing. I'm even surprised that the Deputy President had the audacity to speak about it yesterday and say, don't ask.
But for him, he was saying
that's not his work.
Some of the functions that are claimed are national, so it should be the national government to defend.
The Deputy President should know. He's been in Parliament for a while. He should know that you cannot speak on a matter that is before Parliament, just as you cannot speak on a matter that is before court. It's sub judice. So he should not have attempted to clear Waititu on a matter that is... He should go to the Senate if he wants to speak.
All right, Governor, first Governor of Kiambu, I want you to listen to what the Deputy Governor had to say as far as how the management of the county is concerned, and then I'll take your reaction.
Have to have some managerial capability and bring in people you can trust. But you can only trust even your employees up to a certain extent. You yourself must be conversant and have time to go through the rigorous process of running a county.
You don't think the governor has those managerial skills?
Well, I don't want to speak for him. I think if probably he did, I don't think we would be seeing the issues that we are seeing right now.
But you supported him. You ran on a single ticket.
Yes, we did. We did. Not just me, quite a number of us. The kind of things that you are discussing in the papers is a clear manifestation of how externally Kiambu leadership has been influenced. Okay? There were a number of people who could not, you know, they kept on disturbing us and saying, Nyoro, if you go your way and Waititu go your way, so and so will return, will come back. Okay? So there were certain forces, and I have to blame myself for having accepted, and I have already apologized to the people of Kiambu and saying, I'm part and parcel of the problem that you are going through.
So, DG, when is the last time you attended a cabinet meeting yourself?
I can't remember. There was one that was done about 2 weeks ago. You can find that. You can say, but I was not invited. And so, I have invitations that I get from some of the CEC saying, are you aware of this? But I was not invited. So
before that 2 weeks ago meeting, which is the other one that you
don't know because I was not invited.
I'm saying the last one you attended before that.
I think, put it this way, I think in the last 9 months, I have appeared on one. that lasted for less than 20 minutes.
And do you go to your office?
Sorry?
Do you go to your office?
Yes, I go to my office.
What do you do?
Oh, I do many things. You know, there are several things that you do as deputy governor.
So when is the last time you met the governor?
Face to face?
Yeah.
Or seeing him on the... Well, I just saw him on the television. I think in terms of a meeting to discuss what? I can't remember. I can't remember.
Wow.
I don't want to say things that I said even last year, that I have a number of calls that I have made to him. He does not respond to them. But that to me is neither here nor there.
So that's how the county that you introduced devolution into is being run.
Very unfortunate that, you know, the county executive committee is the governor, the deputy governor, and the CECs. So there's no way a county can operate and say they have an executive committee, county executive committee, without the deputy governor. So really, he's expressing his frustrations here. He should have done that there.
While you were there, how often did you hold cabinet meetings?
Every week, every Thursday. If we missed any in the 4 years, not more than 2. Every week. Because that is the apex authority of the county. Anything you do that doesn't go through there, then it doesn't have the authority of the county. The authority of the county is not the governor. The apex body is the CEC committee, which is chaired by the governor, and in absence of the governor is chaired by the deputy governor. It's as simple as that.
The electorate of Kiambu are looking for services, and it's 3 years to the end of the current term, just above 3 years. What is the solution out of this?
One, you have heard him saying incompetency. There are things that you cannot do if you do not have a certain level of experience or knowledge. And he rightly says they don't have it in Kiambu. And if I were Governor Waititu, I would concentrate on delivery of service or service delivery. And in the meantime, deal with the issues that are before the Senate. You cannot go and tell us on KTN that no, this budget was put in. Why don't you go to the Senate and tell the Senate? Why can't the controller of budget come out and tell us what budget did she approve? You know, you cannot release money to a county unless the controller of budget is comfortable with what it is that you're asking for money for. Right. It must be accepted budgets that have been approved by the controller of budget. Money is released on a need basis. If you do not spend the money that you have, you will not be more money will not be released. So how did she release all this money to the county? 2.5 billion, and how was it spent?
All right, of course. There's a...
And if it's a template, as they are saying, why would they need to copy a template from the national government? And we already had a template ourselves on the 14 functions.
All right. Of course, those are the questions that Kenyans, and especially the electorate of Kiambu, are still waiting for the answers. We hope they'll be found soon. Thank you so much.
Choices have consequences.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right. First Governor of Kiambu, William Kabogo, says choices have consequences, and we choose now to take a short break. On your return, we'll have the consequences of going on with the shop with Zenzi Kibiku.